Hello friends and welcome back to Generation Pixel, and today, well, it's Pickups Day, but no doubt the title gave that away anyway. And I know I'm on a PlayStation 2 pursuit at the moment, but this month I sort of went shooting off in several different directions, 8 different directions to be precise, and you know what, it's not my fault. It's your fault. Well, not every one of you, but there's a few of you out there that will realise it was your fault that I went off on a tangent while I was looking for PlayStation 2 games. Now normally this is the part where I say, well, if you want to see what I've picked up, just wait until after the titles. But I'm going to do something a little bit different this time, because you see, there's a wonderful member of the community out there that you all know, or should all know, and if you don't, go check him out, Gaming Grandad. Now our good mate has had a rough run over the past couple of weeks and a small crisis of confidence when it comes to the content on his channel. And one of the most important pieces of content that he does put out on a fairly regular basis is his work for charity. Now for reasons I can't quite understand, he's starting to believe that his charity work doesn't belong on a YouTube channel, and certainly not a YouTube gaming channel. Well, what I'd like to say is, absolutely not. Keep up that good work, because 1, charity is important regardless of what charity it's for, and 2, the content he puts out for the charity is completely gaming related, because you see, what Gaming Grandad asks you to do is to send in some of the older games or double games that you already have that you don't really need anymore, and what he will do is sell them on and donate to the charity. And even on occasion, he'll just buy the game for his own collection and put that money straight into the charity. So Gaming Grandad, my message to you and to the rest of the community is, no, you do not have to stop doing your charity work on your YouTube channel, because it is vital. So keep up the good work. And now let's roll those titles. Right guys, let's get on with the content you've come here to see today, and that's the pickups I've made over this month. And as I've said, there's 8 different systems on this pickup list, so I'm going to go quite fast, or as fast as I can, because I don't want to take too long for just a simple pickups video. So let's start, and we'll start at current generation and work our way back to the earliest. So number 1, finally done it, and this again is Sai's fault, Sai from Ginger Hippie Gaming. I have picked up my first PlayStation 5 game, and that is Spiderman Miles Morales, and got it for an absolute steal. Now the reason I'm blaming Ginger Hippie Gaming is he asked me on a live stream last week, because he knows I've got a PlayStation 5, what's the favourite PlayStation 5 game I've picked up, and well, this is the only one I've ever picked up. So my first one today, and there we go, my first white tab into the collection, and I'm looking forward to playing that one. Number 2, we're moving down a generation, we're moving down to the PlayStation 4, and I have picked up a Broken Sword 5. Now Broken Sword is a series close to my heart, and it's a collection that I really needed to put together again. Now this one's sealed again, got it for a decent price, it was what, £15. So looking forward to playing this. Now I haven't played it, and I'm hoping that it's still a point and click game. Now I know there might be somebody in this channel that's not a fan of point and click games, but we don't listen to them, do we? No. So there we go, we have a Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse for the PlayStation 4. Next up, dropping down generation again, and we're moving on to the PlayStation 3, and one that I was fairly excited to pick up was this, Alice, The Madness Returns. Now, it doesn't come complete unfortunately, but I'll pick up a manual at some point, but the disc is in immaculate condition, and of course it has the box and box art, so quite happy about that. It's one I haven't played, but I've been watching people play little bits. I don't want to spoil too much for myself, and the price is rising on this one. I'm quite sure with the announcement of the Sony store going back on for PlayStation 3 and Vita that the prices will normalise again, but I thought at £16 it was well worth the gamble, and it is a game I want to play. And you know, that's something that I tend to do. I tend to pick up games that I want to play. So next up for the PlayStation 3, I picked up Heavenly Sword. It's a game that gets some decent reviews, and I got this one. This one was cheap as chips. It was a couple of pounds. It came complete, and I believe it's got some interesting mechanics. So looking forward to taking this one out for a spin. Next up, Burnout Paradise. Now again, cheap as chips. You'll find out that I got all of these games for, well, under £2 each I suppose, because they came as part of a bundle deal because I was after one particular game. And there we go, nice shiny disc. Burnout Paradise on the PlayStation 3. I'm not big on the arcade racers, I much prefer simulated racers, so Gran Turismo all the way, and can't wait until the next one comes out. But at the moment I'm going to play some of this because it looks good fun. Next up we have a Batman Arkham Asylum. Now I don't own this, and you know what, before I go on any further with games that I don't own this, and it's a game that most people would have in their collection, this message goes out to Jordy Slasher Gaming, Mark. Right, you don't need to hit me up in the comments, how do you not have that? Why do you not have that? Because you know what, I've just started collecting again, and you know too well. So Batman Arkham Asylum, and Mark, just leave the comments. And I'll be honest with you, wasn't really interested in them because licensed games aren't something I normally go for, but came as part of a bundle, and you never know, I might like it. Right, and the one I was after in the bundle is Metal Gear Solid 4, because yes, I need to put together my Metal Gear Solid collection, and this is the game that Mark would definitely have the shout out in the comments about. So disc's in lovely condition, it comes complete, it even has the cardboard slipcase in decent enough condition there as well, so quite happy about that. And that's the Metal Gear Solid collection starting to take shape. And the last one for the PlayStation 3, Aragon's Quest. Now I know this is touted as being awful, but it's a Lord of the Rings game, and just because it's awful, it still means I have to buy it, unfortunately. I will play it though, as I says, every game that I pick up I do take out for at least an hour or two, because you never know, sometimes you might just come across that game that you haven't played and it's one that you wish you had played. So okay, so we're moving on to the next system now, and that will be the Wii. Now for the Wii I've picked up two games. I picked up Little King's Story because anyone who knows me knows that I'm an RPG guy. This one again was quite cheap. I got it again for a couple of pounds. The disc's in lovely condition, it comes complete, and it's an RPG I haven't played, and more importantly it's an RPG in the Wii I haven't played, because I'll be frankly honest with you, I don't show my Wii enough love, so I will be picking up bits and pieces for the Wii as I go through the rest of the year. And the second one for the Wii is a game that I had and got rid of, and had and got rid of, and of course it's Legend of Zelda, the Twilight Princess. And again, got this for a couple of pounds. The disc's in lovely condition, and it comes complete with all the, as Jordy Slasher Gaming has taken to say, gubbins, including all the flyers and little manual bits and pieces that come with it. Don't get me wrong, I miss the old days of the big box PC games where you got actual feelies, things inside a box that were interesting. I mean, you still do with collector's editions these days, but to be fair, they're not on the par that you used to get with the big box PC games. Which is a nice segue into the next system, and I've picked up a PC game, and it's Broken Sword, Angel of Death. That's the third Broken Sword game, I believe. Yeah, no, that's the third Broken Sword game. Came in lovely condition, came with the manual and the gubbins, and there we go. The Broken Sword collection is back on track, or it certainly will be by the end of this video. So we're moving on again now, and we're going to move on to the next system, and that is the Gamecube. So as you see, PlayStation 2 has been completely neglected so far, and of course I picked up Resident Evil. The discs again in lovely condition. It came with the manual, and the box is in good condition, especially for its age. And now I do have Resident Evil. I have it on the PlayStation, the original PlayStation. I have it digital downloads on the newer PlayStations as well, so I can play the remakes. But I wanted to get it for this because it was touted as being, you know, a good version of the game. And as much, I'm going to probably get some hate for this, as much as I enjoyed the graphical updates, I hated the dialogue updates, and I don't think the GameCube controller is ideal for this game for tank controls. But you know what, that's everybody's different preferences, I suppose. So let's move on to the PlayStation 2, and there was only one game for the PlayStation 2 this month, and that's shocking considering I'm on a PlayStation 2 hunt. But that game is Simpsons Road Rage, and that was merely to go and sit beside Hit and Run that I picked up last month. Again, disc is in fantastic condition, comes complete in manual, and again, this was just a couple of pounds. I mean, if you hunt on eBay, and before I move on to not using eBay, if you hunt on eBay and you take time, you can still get a good deal or two on eBay. But I'll be glad when I don't have to hunt on eBay, but that's coming up. Now we're going back in time again. So PlayStation 1 did pick up a few games from my PlayStation, and Broken Sword 2. So that's the Broken Sword collection complete for me, and it's the reason I picked these up. This one was probably a bit pricey for my liking. I think it was about between £12 and £15, but I wanted this just to finish the collection this month. So Broken Swords 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, which I already have. So Broken Sword, another point and click game. Next up was a game again I had in the past several times and got rid of, and now I'm getting back into collecting again. I'm going to keep it, and it's the wonderful Tenchu Stealth Assassins. Again, picked this game up, and it was again cheap. It was about £3 or £4. But as I say, you've really got to hunt about on eBay. The disc is in great condition, comes complete with the manual, and there we go. Tenchu Stealth Assassin. Tenchu Stealth Assassins. Well, that's so obviously easy for me to say. Wonder how many cuts I'll put into that. Anyway, let's move on to one that I can definitely pronounce a bit easily. Man, I need to stop. And I picked up a game that I've never played and I've always wanted to play, and that is Fear Effect. And again, I got this one for under £5, so I was not complaining. The discs in this one are absolutely mint. I mean, I haven't seen games outside of, you know, my own collection that I've had forever looking so mint. Again, comes complete with manual, and the box is also in lovely condition. So quite happy to pick this one up, and I'm looking forward to giving this a go because it got some cracking reviews back in the day. Next up, again, PlayStation 1 and Alone in the Dark, the new Nightmare on the PlayStation 1. And I know you get this for the PlayStation 2 as well, and I will pick it up for the PlayStation 2. But you know what, I'd been picking up a few PlayStation 1 games, and the quality from the buyer that I was getting them from were fantastic. Again, comes complete with manual. Disc, I'm going to have to replace the case because the case is slightly cracked, but that's easy enough to do. But the discs and the manual are in absolute mint condition, and I'm looking forward to playing this, because another one I haven't played. Right, and last on the PlayStation 1 is one that I'm really excited about. It's Vagrant Story. It's an RPG that I have never played and always wanted to play. Now, Brew United at the beginning of the month had just put out his pickups video, and this was on the list, and it was the same day that I'd already just purchased this. Now, Vagrant Story comes complete in the box. Box again is going to need replaced, and the disc's in good condition, so super happy about this one because it's an RPG. And I say the box is going to need replaced. It's not as bad, it's not got the cracks in it that the Alone in the Dark box got. It's got some damage down here, but I'll replace the box because this is a well thought of game, and I can't believe I didn't get around to playing it back in the day. And that brings us, my friends, to the very last of the games I picked up, and it's for the oldest system and obviously the oldest game. And this one was Scott's fault. Scott from Sega Zombie. He played a game this month or a few weeks ago at the most, and it was Street Cred Boxing for the ZX Spectrum. Now, Scott will be having a laugh here because he totally ripped into this game, and he thought it was a bad game, but what he tends to forget, and what most people tend to forget, I do have a certain penchant for a bad game. So got my Street Cred Boxing, and I will be playing this quite soon. Probably even make a little video on this one for sure. So thank you, Scott, for pointing me in the way of a really bad game, and I really truly hope it's as bad as you make it out to be. So, Street Cred Boxing on the ZX Spectrum, another cassette to the collection. Anyway, that's it, that's my pickups for this month. As I said, they're all off of eBay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, absolutely all off of eBay, because in Scotland the lockdown hasn't quite lifted as of recording this video. It does in a couple of days time, so I'm looking forward to getting back out into the wild and maybe seeing what's out there. I might even force myself not to look on eBay just to see what I can do out on the high street, and you know, maybe, well, there's not going to be any car boot sales in Scotland, trust me in that, but I'm going to get back out onto the high street and see what we can get out there rather than just, you know, hunting on eBay. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it all. Any of the games in there pique your interest at all? Write down in the comments, let me know what you thought. Any of them have you played? Pardon me. Any of them that you haven't played? As I say, all comments welcome. I love communicating with you guys out in the community. I'll bring these back on the subject that I covered at the intro, and that is Gaming Grandad. If you've not subscribed to his channel, there will be a link down in, not the comments, but in the description, and pop along to his channel, check him out, especially his charity work, and give him all the encouragement you can to keep up with that charity work, because let's face it, you know, we're all gamers, and it doesn't matter what the content's about, and if you're mixing gaming content with charity raising, then you get a big thumbs up here from Generation Pixel, let me tell you, Gaming Grandad. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, because obviously there's tons more content of different sorts, because you know, I have the attention span of a toddler in a sweet shop, but they're all kinda fun anyway, and see you all next time. Cheerio!